Okay, solved by elimination worksheet. Problem 1. So again, you do your quick analysis. I have a 2, a -2 and a 1, a 5 and a 3. And as I said in the notes and in that old lecture, you never want to do more work than you have to. Could I eliminate y? Sure I could, but I'd have to turn both of those numbers into 15s, and it would require me to do more work than I need to do. If you see a 1 in front of any of the letters, that is the letter you go for. I need a 2 here. I need a +2 to cross out that -2. So I'm going to multiply everything in this bottom one. Oh, I'll do it separate. I need to multiply everything in the bottom one by a +2. Remember, you have to multiply all three of the things. So you're going to get 2x plus 6y equals 10. You just double everybody, right? 1 becomes 2, 3 becomes 6, 5 becomes 10. Then you take the top one and you add it to the new equation you just built. You just created a new equation, so you're going to add them up. Those cross out. +2 take away 2 goes away. 6 plus 5 makes 11. Equal sign, bigger equal sign. Then you get 33. Now you have to divide by 11. This is where people made some weird mistakes. So you get y equals 3. It seems like you're done, but you're not done. I need to know what x is. Certainly of the two equations there, it's easier to plug it into the bottom one and solve for x. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take y equals 3 and put it where the y is, and then finish solving it. 3 times 3 is 9. And now if I want to get x alone, I have to subtract 9 from both sides, right? Eliminate it from the left. 5 take away 9 is -4. This is good enough. You don't have to write your answer as a point if you don't want to. You want to make it look all pretty. I mean, really, I just found out where the two lines cross. They meet or they intersect at that point. So, I mean, it's up to you, but this is good enough. You don't have to write it as a point. I'm not going to check this one. Okay, problem 2. I have a 3 and a 5 and a 2 and a 6. And again, what it says in the notes is try to pick a number where, pick the letter to eliminate where one of the numbers is a multiple of the other. 5 is not a multiple of 3 and vice versa. 6, though, is a multiple of 2. 2, 4, 6. This is the letter that I want to eliminate. I want to get rid of y. I can very easily make this into a -6 by multiplying it by -3. I cannot easily turn a 3 into a 5 or a 5 into a 3. I'd have to make them both into 15s, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to take the top one, and I'm going to multiply it by -3. And most of you did this. I already graded your classworks. So you get -9x, take away 6y, equals, now you're going to be careful, -3 times 7 is -21. This is your new equation. You're going to add it now to the one that was on the bottom, the one underneath it, the one that you didn't change. Boom. Now you're going to add straight up and down. -9 plus 5x is -4x. So we have to be very careful with the signs. Maybe you have a negative here. You put a 4x, it's going to screw you up. -6y, +6y. They cross out. That's the whole point. Equal sign, equal sign. I didn't make it big enough. Bigger equal sign. -21 plus 1. If you owe me $21 and you pay me $1, you still owe me 20. This is where you see really screw up. If you put a +4 here, you're going to end up with a -5 for x, and then it's going to give you the wrong thing when you try to figure out what y is equal to. So you have to be super careful with your signs here. Dividing both sides by -4, but a negative divided by a negative is a +5. Again, if you put -5 for x back up into one of these two, you're going to get the wrong y value. It's just not going to work. So you have to be super careful. I think I'll pick the top one. I'm going to take the top equation, and I'm going to replace the x with 5. So wherever you see x, you put a 5. And then you just finish solving it. It's not that difficult. That's 15. 3 times 5. Now I have to subtract 15 from both sides to get y alone on the left. 7 take away 15 is -8, right? Subtract, keep the largest sign. Divide both sides by 2. And then you get y equals -4. You would not get this number if you had this as a -5. You get something totally different. Now, real quick, this time I am going to check, but I'm going to do it half-assed. Put 5 in for x. 5 times 5 is 25. Now put -4 for y. 6 times -4 is -24. But 25 take away 24 is a 1. That's the number I have there. So I know that it worked. So this time I did check. You know, you don't have to do this big, long, dragged out check. You can just kind of check in your mind that it worked. Notice that I used the bottom one to check because I used the top one to solve for y. So you always want to pick the other one. Okay, problem 3. Once again, we look at the numbers. 2 and 3, these are not multiples. I have a 1 in front. As soon as you see one of the letters with a 1 in front, you go for that letter. So here I'm going to eliminate x. What I would love is to have a 4 here, so I could cross it out with the -4. So I'm going to multiply the entire top equation by a +4. Not a -4, +4. So 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 2y, 8y. Keep the equal sign in there. 4 times 2 is 8. You got to make sure you get them all. Now take the one underneath, add it to the new equation that you just built. You just built a brand new one. There it is. Now, add straight up and down. +4x, take away 4x, right? You're adding them together. You're adding them in their opposite, so they go away at 0. 8y plus 3y is 11y. Don't do nothing silly like put a y squared there. Equal sign, slightly bigger equal sign. 25 and 8 make 33. Oh, you get this 11 and 33 again. Well, here you go. Divide by 11. You get y equals 3. And this exact same thing happened on the other problem. Now that I get y is 3, look, I'm solving for x, right? I mean, the bottom one is a little bit more complicated because you have a -4 here. If I want to solve for x, it's definitely easier to put this into the top one because x is already all by itself without anything in front of it. You just have to replace the y with a 3. So take wherever the y was and put the 3 there. And then finish it. You get x plus 2 times 3 is 6. You subtract 6 from both sides. And you get x equal -4. Boom, done. Now, real quick. X is -4. There's already a -4. So -4 times -4 is +16. Y is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 16 plus 9, 25. Hell yeah, it worked. Cool. Again, my little half-ass check. So again, x is much easier to solve for. I mean, much easier to eliminate than the y. So you want to eliminate x in this example. Okay, problem 4. X's have a 2 and a 3 in front. These are not multiples. Here you have a 5 and a 1. Aha, you got a 1. I'd like to eliminate the y. This time, though, what I need in front of this y is a -5, which will cross out the +5. So I'm going to multiply the bottom one by -5. Again, be careful. Make sure you multiply everybody and watch your signs. -5 times 3 is -15. X goes along for the ride. You have a -5 times a +y, which gives you -5y. Just stick a -5 in front of that y. Equal, now again, be careful. -5 times -1 is +5. Now I'm going to take this equation I just built, and I'm going to add it to the one on top, because that's the one I didn't mess with. So you add it to the above one. And look at how perfect. I mean, this is the whole point of doing this. You have a +5 and a -5. That's what you want. They have to have the same exact number in the front, but opposite signs. So now I can cross them out. Here again, watch your signs. You have -15 plus 2. That's -13 x's. Equal signs make a bigger equal sign. 21 and 25 make 26. 21 and 5 make 26. Divide both sides by -13. Remember, you got to divide what's in front the way that you see it. You don't switch this to positive. You have to divide by whatever is in front of it so that it goes away completely. 26 divided by -13 is -2. Yay! All right, so let's see. I can plug it into the top one, sure. Let's see, you have 5y there. Y is all by itself here, so I may as well put the -2 there. It's not wrong if you use the top one, and I'll use it to check. Replace the x with a -2. Remember, make sure you plug in the right letter. Plus y equals -1. So let's see, that gives me a -6, right? +3 times -2. Now I have to get rid of that negative 6. The opposite of subtracting 6 is to add 6. So I got to add 6 to both sides, crosses S out. Y equals 6 minus 1, positive 5. So that's my answer. Negative 2, 5. I'm going to check it above here. Let's see. X was negative 2. So if you do 2 times negative 2, you get negative 4. If you do 5 for Y, 5 times 5 is 25. Positive 25 take away 4, 21. It worked. So I know we're good. This is the right answer. That's it. Again, just be careful. Just watch. The biggest mistake I see with all these, people mess up the signs. You mess up this sign and put X as positive 2, it's going to completely screw up the answer that you get for Y. So unless you do a little mental check, you may not catch these, these mistakes that you're making. So just be really careful with them.